Chief, I think you can take off the mask. I think. I mean, we're a good distance.
So the other night, we were appointing 7 firefighters to the fire department.
Seven new firefighters?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
And so the police did it, and they did it at home. So normally you'd be at town hall, you'd be formal, you'd be dressed in a suit, you'd be with the chiefs, you get it. They talk about you, your bio, your background. Mm-hmm. Then they say, hey, Paul, do you have any family members with you? And you turn around and be like, that's my wife, my daughter, my family, my dad, my mom, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And the police did it because of COVID, can't do it as a group. They did it by Zoom, so these kids were at their homes, and then they're like, oh, would you like to introduce your parents, your family, or anything? Like, sure. So they take their phones, what they're on, doing the Zoom, and like, here, they walk in the living room. Oh, that's my dad. Dad's sitting there in his boxes. Hey, and it's really, So we did it out here, and we separated. We had the plastics, plexiglass between us all. We had the family there. We had the families all sitting in their cars waiting their turn for all to come in. Super safe, well orchestrated. And I said, hi, I'm Fire Chief Rick Delorie. Come before the board for the appointment of 7 firefighters. And tone goes off. Oh. And I said, excuse me. I said, we're going to have to wait for that sound. I said, it only lasts a moment. The tone goes off. And then they verbally broadcast. We have a EMS call for engine 1, medic 1, engine 1, medic 1. We have a medical for a severe genital bleed at such and such address. Thanks. We have a medical call for a severe genital hemorrhaging at such and such address. And of course, I had muted my mic because I could just reach up and touch it, the screen. The assistant chief, his stuff was all muted. Of course, the candidate not going to touch anything in front of him. So my older brother works up at Station 1, and he's, lieutenant. He was watching it. His brother, another guy, was being appointed that he's friends with. They were all watching it up there. He said they were crying when they go, of all calls, it could have been, like slip assist or, senior need or something like that. It had to be a really graphic. And I just said, you can't pick them. I looked at the camera, and I just said, I looked at the selectmen online, I looked at the camera, and I just said, the job is not always glamorous. I can tell you that. Hi, so good morning. My name is Rick Delorie. I'm the fire chief in the town of Wellesley. I've been fortunate to have been the chief since 2009. But a number of years ago, decades ago, I got involved via scouting and other activities by supporting the Veterans Council and their Thanksgiving dinner program. Now, the Veterans Council began providing a senior citizens veterans dinner back in 1966. And it began with a gentleman by the name of Don Parks, and he would get that team of veterans together to put on this just very big, well-orchestrated, fantastic meal for the veterans and seniors in Wellesley. And that went on for many, many years of the American Legion. Then over the years, as the membership in the Legion declined and they needed more and more support, firefighters got more and more involved. Then there was a couple of years we did it at Mass Bay, and then it ultimately found its home at Trim Dining Hall in Babson. So my involvement with it, and many of the firefighters have been involved in going over and helping out for 20 and almost 25 years. Then Don Parks passed away. Their whole program was renamed the Don Parks Annual Senior Citizen Thanksgiving Dinner as a tribute to him. And then, a number of years went by, and then there was another group of Veterans Council members that took it over. And there was Stan Spears, and then in particular, a gentleman, Dick Dillon. And Dick Dillon, Vietnam War veteran, he really took this to heart. He took the reins on it. He ran this program for years and years and years and put his whole heart into it. And and then he embraced us, and he told us that he was really running out of manpower and needed more support, both logistically and at the day of the event and organizationally. So the firefighters and myself stepped into that void, and we began to help more. And then one year, Dick told me that they were really at their end of their ability to continue it, and he asked me. He was thinking about calling it the last event, and him and I had a talk off to the side, and I stood up and I announced the next year's date, and it's continued ever since. So this event's been going on since 1966 till now, and then this year, last year went off without a hitch, and there was about 160, 170 seniors, and it was really a terrific event at Babson. We have a lot of volunteers. Both on-duty and off-duty firefighters participate. We have members of the Board of Selectmen and other boards participate, and different citizen volunteers who we've become very familiar with over the years. Then COVID came. So with the isolation that COVID brings to seniors, it really, we couldn't schedule this event. There was no way we could bring everybody together safely under the current conditions. So we had to get a little creative and think outside the box.
Okay.
We reached out to Roach Brothers, who has catering service, and they put together, as you can see in front of me, it's going to be a turkey dinner complete with turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, squash, peas, cranberry sauce, side salad, bread and butter, rolls, a slice of pumpkin pie, and a small bottle of apple cider. In addition to that, it can be difficult for seniors to open up jars, so we've got a rubber can opener for them. And also, in the beginning of COVID, we drove around and we provided KN95 masks to any resident in town that requested them, and we're going to put these in the bag and some directions as well. A few of the bags may have some gift prizes, because typically we'd have a raffle, but we don't have any way of doing that. So we're randomly going to drop gift cards in various seniors' bags, and that'll be an extra little surprise. We currently have approximately 190 seniors signed up. We'll line up and we'll begin to put these, fill these bags with all the meals, and the cars will line up in front of MLP. And then as they pull up to the tent with various meals, the vehicles will be provided all the bags of food and slips of addresses of where they're going. The address will have who it's going to, their address, and a cell phone number. In the event you get there and they don't hear you at the door, you can call them and let them know you're there. And all our people will, they'll all have little bottles of hand sanitizer with them. All our people will be gloved up, their masks up, so that when we approach the door, we're approaching our seniors with the utmost of safety. And then if the senior gestures to just leave it at the front step, we're happy to do that, or just happy to hand it through the door. And then with it, we also have some reheating instructions. A key point is definitely have to take off the plastic top off the container before you put it in a microwave or a conventional oven, whichever way you choose to reheat your meal. And our real goal was to reach out to the seniors in the town of Wellesley and let them know how much we love and care for them. That it's a group of people that are highly vulnerable when you look at the data of who this is really impacting, and the number of people that can get severely sick and or die from COVID. It's a senior population, so they're isolated. They get different shopping hours than the rest of us and things like that. They're isolated from their families and who can go to visit, things of that nature. So what we want to do is we want to deliver joy in a reusable shopping bag, and we put our logo on it to let them know that we do care. We care about them every day.
My name's Maggie Delorie.
And that name sounds familiar?
Yes, I am Chief Delorie's daughter. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, I would say. I've been helping with this. Yeah, usually we meet up at Babson and it's a big event and we get to socialize with everyone. Unfortunately, it'll be socially distant, but hopefully we'll get the same effect and bring the same kind of joy to everyone in the meals and reach everyone in the community. I think it's great that we're still able to modify the event and still keep it going. I think it's awesome.
With the weather though.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I think our luck is in our favor today for sure.
My name is Midge Nealon Siebert.
And how did you end up volunteering here today?
Well, my dad, Lou Nealon, who was the celebrations chair for a number of years and a veteran, used to volunteer when the veterans did this. My dad passed away in 1995, and I started volunteering at the Thanksgiving dinner as a waitress in 1995. And I have waitressed or done something at this dinner for 24 out of those 25 years.
So it's kind of different this year.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but I'm glad that we're able to do it because it's a lot of fun, and I hope that the seniors receiving their dinners appreciate it.
Very good.
Happy Thanksgiving.
At the same time the meals are delivered, there's on both Wellesley cable channels, whether it's Comcast or Verizon, the local channel will host a program by the fire department where I'll be giving an introduction to the program, and then also turning it over to firefighter Ben Hampton, who spent 5 years in the Marine Corps as a sergeant, and Ben will present a presentation of a round table that we have set up, and everything on that table, the upside down wine glass, the salt, the slice of lemon, the empty bread plate, all those things have meaning in the POW MMA world, that they're not forgotten either, and we remember them. And given that this was originally a veterans event, we tied back to that, so Ben will go through that entire presentation and explain what the symbolism of all those things mean, and then lead off into the Pledge of Allegiance. We also have a great community partner, a well-known individual with a booming great voice that I wish I had that kind of voice, is Mr. John Schuler, a longtime town meeting member. I think he's one of the top town meeting members in terms of seniority. But he is given the blessing that was done down at Waterstone, and then the final, another part of it is the Council on Aging worked with the high school to find a quartet of students that would provide some singing, some background music for the dinner, and to give the seniors some entertainment while they're enjoying their meal. At the conclusion of that, I introduced Lieutenant Paul Delaney, who puts on a senior safety program for the seniors, and then finally I come back and I come back onto the program. I wrap it up. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I also indicate that next year we have this on the calendar. It's the Saturday before Thanksgiving next year in 2021, and we really hope that we're all together again at Trim Dining Hall, and look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving and stay healthy and safe, and if you need us, please call. Happy Thanksgiving.